First of all, I would like to thank the members and say that I do support the bill. However, I have a lot of reservations on how Parliament, it's good it's still a bill and it's under discussion. Because why do people smoke? That is a question that I would like to ask. And the statistics has it that smoking is majorly done in poor socioeconomic and disadvantaged economies, including Uganda. So we are saying, whereas people are smoking and cigarette companies are manufacturing cigarettes, we want to drive our people out of smoking. The biggest question that I think we are not answering much coming from the person representing farmers, what is the alternative? Now, if we have the alternative, how do we help the farmers, move the farmers away from growing tobacco to growing mangoes, for example? You don't tell a farmer, go and grow mangoes. And yet you're not supporting, you're not showing, you're not giving him seeds, you're not supporting him to get off. So what I'm saying is this legislation must be holistic.
Okay. Thank you very much, Okirol. I'm sure that has been responded to one or more than once. But okay, if you have something to add, Doctor.
Yes, I can make a comment. One, I think this effort is a two-pronged approach. There is a component of the Ministry of Agriculture to work with the farmers, and there is already a policy. And the assisting farmers to move to alternatives is contained in the policy which has already been approved by the Ministry of Health, working with the Ministry of Agriculture to assist farmers, because moving off from tobacco growing is not something you can put in the law. No, you can't legislate that today, move from this to this. It's a process. So that process will have to be undertaken gradually by the government, and it is already ongoing. We have a documentary, you can give you a copy, where farmers say, we have moved out from this crop to this crop, and since we moved, we are seeing an improvement in the income in our homes. Our friend here who is saying he thinks tobacco is the only crop. In my language, you have a saying that a child who never moves, he thinks his mother is the best cook. But if he grew another crop, he would realize that actually there are better yields. And we have done calculations with the Ministry of Agriculture, where you say a yield per acre, growing coffee, growing tea, growing maize, people have seen that growing other crops gives better yields, and yet with less health hazards. Okay. So this bill is on one approach of helping people not to initiate smoking, because people start smoking when they are very young. Then they are addicted. So this bill intends to help to reduce, to address the consumption issue. Right. Then the agriculture will address the alternative livelihood issue, and the whole picture will be added up together.
Okay, if I may ask, from the audience today, are there people who smoke? I'd like to ask, why do you smoke?
Besides the addiction, like someone said, like he said, it's people at times that are going through some things that smoke. There's a saying in our local language, but I'm not so perfect with that. I think you know it, Honorable.
Exactly.
What
does that mean?
It's a generation where many...
you have nothing to do and you are
not nothing to do as such. But
then you smoke.
No, hold on. It could be even so much to do and you need to cool your head.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me take somebody else. Is there another smoker? I would like to know why you smoke, or a former smoker.
But from a medical point of view, there is no benefit whatsoever associated with smoking. Even snakes, they fear tobacco. Tobacco plants, yes.
Okay, I have a gentleman in the front, if you're not comfortable, say. Okay, why do you smoke?
Okay. Well, I think I started smoking first, probably because of peer pressure. That's the truth. And I think, and at the time, the particular moment when I first had my first cigarette, the other option was marijuana. So I decided...
You went for the lesser evil. All right.
So I decided to go for cigarettes, and my reason for smoking, it has a calming effect on me, which
calming
I like.
Effect.
Yes.
All right. Let me take one more person. Yes, sir, in the front.
I smoked for over 30 years.
30?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was exposed to smoking at the age of about 6, 7. Because there are workers on my father's farm who were smoking. By the time I was in the secondary school, it was the style. But by the time I was 30, I was struggling to quit smoking. Now, for me, there was no pressure from anybody, but I felt and I knew the risks, but I struggled to quit smoking for over 20 years. I didn't manage. And my approach was spiritual. It was not your policy or bill, but I am for the bill. I support it. I didn't look at it yet, but I would wonder what it says about smoking parents, because I've told you my environment when I was exposed to smoking. Thank you.
Does the bill say anything about smoking parents?
Well, it imposes a responsibility on a smoker to protect those around you, especially minors. So, in a way, it actually obliges parents not to smoke when children are around, and so they get affected.
Actually, not only children, it puts a responsibility on the smoker to make sure that when you are smoking, look around.
Okay.
Look around to make sure you have affected,
We
your
all
smoke
supported
has
the
not
view.
reached
All right.
any
We
other
all
person.
supported the view.
All right, Jonathan, if smoking is as dangerous as it has been said it is, what does BAT and other companies in the tobacco industry do in order to reduce the harm that smoking or consumption of tobacco would cause to a person's health?
I think we go back to what I said first. We acknowledge that smoking is dangerous to your health. And we also acknowledge that people, and the World Health Organization acknowledges that over 1 billion people currently smoke. And in Uganda, we have around 800 to 900,000 people, adults, who smoke. And these people are not going to disappear overnight. So when the bill says we're looking to control, we agree. We don't, and I make that point again, we are not against. Everybody who has mentioned that they started smoking at 6 and 13, I'm horrified by that. And we absolutely do not agree with that. We are very firm on that, and we will work with the movers of the bill to ensure that provisions for underage smoking, let's discuss the age, but for me, underage smoking should be a no. Now, if you ask the question that we should not smoke at all, then you're moving away from controlling to banning. And you cannot change behavior of 1 million people in Uganda overnight. Okay? So that's why I come back to, there are areas of the bill we agree with. There are areas of the bill which I think need to be relooked at. Now, when you talk of harm reduction, BAT does quite a bit. In Uganda, it's a small operation compared to the global company, but at the group level, we are currently looking at 3 what they call reduced harm products. Now, it's very difficult to bring out a product and say, this is genuinely reduced harm. So it takes a lot of research, it takes a lot of time, and it takes outside certification. It is not BAT will come up and say that this product has a reduced harm impact. It is a third party, recognized, preferably a medical one. It will definitely be a medical, and it will have to be legislated by government. But BAT currently has over 40 people working on this, and they spend over £120 million a year on research into reduced harm products.
All right.
You see the question of 100 meters. I have traveled in the plane for over 18 hours. And you know, planes are smoke-free environments. And nobody has died because he hasn't smoked. So why are you bothered that somebody should look for a place where to smoke from, where you are not contaminating the environment, where others
because
are
Dr.
affected?
Barimos, it is an extreme. It is draconian. When you look at it, it is draconian. And draconian laws. By the way, today in Uganda, we have a law that prevents that manages public place smoking, which has never been implemented. Now, what's going to change?
Wait for this one.
Okay.
We have waited since 2004. We have waited since 2004.
Everybody says
we have provided
wait for this law.
We have provided for sufficient measures on how enforcement and implementation.
Don't you think it would be more reasonable to have reasonable measures?
We've come to the end of the show, unfortunately. We'd like to thank you very much for watching our parliament. Like you've heard, the Tobacco Control Bill is just in its beginning stages. Parliament will be discussing it. Each of you watching us today has got an MP. Make sure that your MP actually gives your view on this bill, because at the end of the day, these laws are made for us. Thank you for watching our parliament. Until next week, when we bring you another topic, on behalf of the whole crew that produces our parliament, I'd like to say have a good day, and we'll meet again for another topic next time. Goodbye.